Hello, lovely viewers out there, and welcome to another edition of Sports on Fauzan Harun channel. Welcome to this special video on the Which 6-2 post-match analyze the game involving Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. And hooray! Congratulations to Bayern Munich for winning the Champions League trophy for the sixth time in the history of the club, and thus proving to be one of the grandmasters of the European game of Champions League for that matter. And to PSG, we say better luck next time, as they are still learning to become the super giant in the European game for that matter. Before I continue with my analysis, if this is your first time of joining me on the show, please do well to touch the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and send in your comment as well. Most importantly, you share the program for larger audience to also benefit from the show. Still, we are pleading with you. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that to join this family by subscribing. Just subscribe and make sure you watch the shows for me. Join the family. The Fauzan Harun family is growing. Please don't be left out in this magic of the success of this channel. Make sure we move together in the success of the channel, so that we all say in the future that when this project started, you were also part. You can count yourself as lucky to be part of this project whenever the need arises. And so thank you once again for continuing to have confidence in this channel of choice. And those of you who are yet to join in, please do well subscribe to the show for that matter. And it was an entertaining final for that matter. Coming back to the game itself, it was an entertaining final for that matter, and both sides started well with cautious approach, but Paris Saint-Germain went on to get some few chances in the first half, in the early few minutes of the game, but unfortunately for inexperience on the part of Kylian Mbappe, and unfortunately Neymar Jr., despite him winning Champions League with Barcelona, he's still proving to be inexperienced when he's in the blue jersey of Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know what is happening to him, unfortunately. And so many questions some time back, were raised to the effect that whether indeed an investment that was made in him, the 210 million euros that was paid for his signature, was well deserved, because this is a guy who, irrespective of us at this time, thus far, his project, and when he joined Paris Saint-Germain, what you always remember Neymar for is partying with ladies in Paris, and he's not been remembered for winning any Champions League trophy. And I do believe, as well as my viewers out there, that the French giant cashed out a whopping 210 million pounds of money for the signature of Neymar, so that he will help them lift the Champions League trophy. So, and yet he still failed to deliver on that for his club. And so most importantly, when I talk about Neymar, I tend to compare him with Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. These guys, irrespective of their diminishing returns currently, that they're not doing well at their respective clubs, they've made the mark. They've excelled and won the Champions League at their peak for those clubs, for their respective clubs. Neymar won the Champions League, yes, with Barcelona, but thinking that he's his own man, he left to Paris Saint-Germain to prove a point. And yet, as at now, he's still not been able to prove that point, right? He wants to prove a point that he can be his own man and will not live under the shadows of Lionel Messi when he used to be doing at Barcelona. But unfortunately, at Paris Saint-Germain, he's still yet to prove himself for most football pundits to know that, yes, indeed, Neymar has arrived. He's yet to do that for his team, for that matter. And interestingly, the scoreline, as you are all aware, is 1-0. Kingsley Coman, that's the goal there, the celebration there, running to do the celebration. Kingsley Coman on your screen there, doing the celebration for Bayern Munich. Later, I'll go back to the screen again. But for that matter, for this time, let's look at a little bit of statistics. Bayern Munich had the lion's share of possession as usual. They had 62% of possession, while Paris Saint-Germain had 38% of possession. Corners, they had 4 corners apiece, and so many, the shots, the Bayern Munich had 12 shots, and then Paris Saint-Germain had 10 shots on target. Paris Saint-Germain had 3 shots on target, and Bayern Munich had 2 shots on target. And unfortunately, Paris Saint-Germain had 3 shots on target, but yet still all the shots were saved by Manuel Neuer. He put out an excellent performance on that fateful evening to prevent the Paris Saint-Germain boys from winning the trophy, for that matter. And one defining factor on display during the final game is that the inexperience of Paris Saint-Germain at the high level of European football was exposed for that matter. And unfortunately, they're still in the learning process. And remember, Chelsea had to go to semi-finals, to finals in 2008 at the Lusail Stadium to lose and lost to Manchester United as a result of, unfortunately, John Terry's slippery penalty kick. And then later, in 4 years' time, Chelsea bounced back under an unsuspected, even the coach who was not suspected to win the trophy, an unfamiliar master tactician. He's not that familiar with respect to tactics. That's Roberto Di Matteo. Chelsea won the trophy with Roberto Di Matteo. So maybe possibly Paris Saint-Germain could win the trophy with an unfancied coach, a coach who is not classified to be part of the coaching dons. Possibly, if that's so. And already after this game, Neymar went out on his online social media online page to tweet congratulatory message to a wrong team. Instead of him to write Bayern, he said Bayer, B-A-Y-E-R, meaning referring to Bayer Leverkusen. Hence, I don't know if that is part of the confusion of the loss that he suffered in the final. And also, an absolute record was also cemented due to the fact that Bayern Munich has also cemented and consolidated their position as one of the grandmasters of European Champions League games. They are one of the grandmasters. They've consolidated that position, that belief that they're one of the grandmasters of the game. And already Hans Flick, who was thought to be a caretaker coach, has proved that he's a master tactician. And hence, I wouldn't be surprised if he is confirmed as the substantive manager of Bayern Munich in the coming days, for that matter. He's got the tactics to carry the team forward in the coming season. Please, if this is your first time of joining me on the show, do well to subscribe to the channel for me by hitting the red subscribe button. So all in all, I wouldn't want to spend so much time on this video. I would like to finally congratulate Bayern Munich and wish them well in the coming season. And hopefully they are going to try and defend the title. But so many teams are shaping up and buying players to come and challenge both on the domestic and on the continental front. So it's going to be an interesting upcoming season for all football pundits as well as all football fans. Thank you very much for joining me on this channel. Before I do wrap up, let me go a little bit to do the screen analysis. The Kingsley Coman's goal. That's Kingsley Coman's goal, and that's the coveted Champions League trophy that Bayern Munich laid their hands on for the 6th time in their history as a club. And unfortunately, Mbappe and Neymar disappointed. Neymar, though experienced to have won the Champions League, but seems to exhibit some sort of inconsistency in front of goal, for that matter. And so he didn't help matters well, resulting in them losing the trophy once again. And already there are some talks going whether the big money spenders, including Paris Saint-Germain, will go in for the signature of Lionel Messi, who has handed in a transfer request to leave Barcelona, which will be analyzed in subsequent programs. Thank you very much for joining me on this show, for spending your precious opportunity to engage and share your company with me on this show. Hope to meet you some other time. God bless you. Cheers.